Hey everybody, Michigan here, welcome back to the channel, and a little bit of a different video for you today. In this video we have Killerbeast from CLASX here in his Object 261, and obviously from the title you know that he is going to be completing SPG 15 here, and while it doesn't specify in the title, this is for the T-55A with honors, as he is going for his 260. So I've attempted to record this a couple of times already, however artillery replays sometimes aren't the most interesting to commentate on. So I'm going to be throwing in comments here and there. However, for the most part, I'm going to let Killer play without my voice in the background. Before we get onto that, though, I do want to talk a little bit about the 261. This is one of 5 Tier 10 artillery, along with the Batchat 15558, the French Tier 10 artillery. We have the Conqueror GC from Britain. We have the T-92 from the US. And we have the GWE-100 from the Germans. So this is the fastest firing. It's the most accurate, I believe. The Batchat 155 actually may be a little more accurate, but you're going to see here that this tank is plenty accurate. However, it does have a very low shell trajectory. So it means you are able to get some nice hits there. However, you're going to be hitting the front of tanks. So we're just going to kind of sit back. We're going to watch Killer play his game here, and I'm going to throw some comments in. I do want to let you know what Killer is shooting for here. So to complete SPG 15 for the T-55A with honors, he needs to do 2,700 damage, 2,100 assist, and he must be top of his team on XP, and his team must win. He does not need to stay alive. So we're going to just go ahead and watch this, and I will throw in my comments when needed. Enjoy. You can see there, with such a low trajectory, Killer is really hitting the front of those tanks, and I believe he actually hit the drive wheel of that BZ-68, only doing 152, and that's something you have to accept with this tank, but you know that most of the time you are actually going to hit your shots.
That was close.
Killer is doing a great job here of maneuvering between shots, especially when there's a Batchat 155 on the enemy team with a 3-round autoloader, which has a 10-second inner clip. It would be very easy for that Batchat, another accurate arty as I mentioned earlier, to counter battery him. So Killer's moving around to make sure that that arty is going to have the hardest time finishing him off.
Critical hit.
Killer's team is doing a great job over here on the 1-2 line. They are moving a little slowly, especially when the forest has pretty much been overrun, just leaving 2 Tier 8s over there in a Tier 10 game, one of which is on just a sliver of health. So his team is really going to have to make a push for this 1-2 line, and Killer is going to have to get out of the way here. So This tank does not have the greatest splash radius, as it is only a 152mm gun. However, against a tier 8 medium, such as that Panther II, just hitting next to the tank will do enough. Some of the heavily armored vehicles, again, as we saw against that BZ-68, it will struggle against a little bit. Quite a dangerous situation here. Killer's really going to rely on his team to make sure he stays alive. This Scorpion is a huge threat for Killer. If he gets back there, unfortunately, Killer will not be able to stay alive. Luckily, his team helps him out there and finishes him off. Killer still starting to inch forward on this one line here, anticipating more tanks possibly coming down the K line. And about to engage this T-95. First time going into that mode for Killer. I spoke to him about it after I watched the replay the first couple of times, and he said he just feels he's more accurate in the top-down mode rather than the semi-direct fire mode. Looking for that Borseg again. He's been stalking that guy all game. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to get a shot off in his direction, and the Borseg is actually going to disappear again. Killer's team is up 4,500 health. He is a fair bit away from that mission, though. Remember, he needs 2,700 damage and 2,100 assist. And he's only at 381 assist right now. We can actually take a look right here in the missions tab. Sorry, I may have gotten that backwards. 2,700 damage, 2,100 assist. Either way, he's still a good bit away from that assistance. Unlucky there. Hitting the berm right in front of that S-Conch. You can see Killer now really using the speed of this 261 between his reloads to make sure that he's moving up with his team. The closer you get to the enemy in arty, the easier it is to connect with your shells a lot of the time, because the shell travel time is going to be much lower. But he's staying just far enough away. You can see staying actually out of the vision of that S-Conch, although he's still within render range. Still only has 381 stun, getting a little now up to a good bit over 1,200 there as the AE Phase 1 finishes him off. That puts him over 1,300. Still about 800 to go there. He is closing in on the damage total, though, with 2,286. He's going to have to get a couple more shots in. Just 4 tanks left in the enemy team. Only 3 with direct fire. We have a Batshot 155-58, which we'll be seeing a little bit more later. I won't spoil it. But it's not what you expect. And there it is. He drowned himself. Good opportunity here to collect on some more assists. Killer is now just shy of his... There we go. There is his stun damage mission section done. And actually quite a bit more, boosting from 2,000, almost 13, just over 3,300. But still, he's short on his damage total. However, he did hit that blind shot against the S-Conch, so that shouldn't be forgotten. So if he did damage that S-Conch, which he should have with a direct hit, he will be at the damage total. And now just the BZ left, and the Char, we are going to speed this video up for now. We're going to just go into ×4 as Killer heads into the cap circle. Now he's going to use these bushes here to try and hide himself. Now that Char may very well be coming around the other side, and Killer knows that. Where is the Char? Is his team going to finish him off? Is Killer going to finish him? Or is the Char going to get Killerbeast? And there's the Char. The Char has a 4-second reload. Killer's going to snapshot, hit the Char for 395, and then immediately gets killed. His team, as we speed it back up to ×2, should be able to win this game. The T-95 is in position. We have a Skoda and a 279E. Let's zoom out here and see who gets this shot. Looks like the 279E is in the lead. And Killer supposedly completed his damage mission with the hit on that S-Conk. Where's the Char? He was left on almost no health. There he is. 279E finishes him off for the final kill of the game. Let's take a look at the post-game. So, obviously, a win there for Killerbeast. Getting a Mastery Badge, Bruiser, Confederate. Finished top of his team on XP done. Nice job there, completing that mission. Getting a total of 3,447 damage. Total, with premium, made 18k. But, most importantly, he completed SPG 15 for the T-55A, giving him those extra orders for the Object 260. Nice job, Killer. And I look forward to more replays for you. Thank you all for watching. Bye.